This video isn't really going according to plan. It was supposed to have been my video telling you about my triumphant return to karate, but it's not, unfortunately. So what you're about to see is a bit I recorded a couple of weeks ago of me practicing the warm-up for the first time in a long time, trying to get my body used to doing exercise again, because I've been out of karate because of my chronic fatigue syndrome and trying to get back into it. So I filmed myself doing some exercises up on the mount in Guildford. Hello and welcome to another Karate Diary. Sorry it's been such a long time since I've done one. I'm doing a quick warm-up here. To be honest, I was already pretty knackered by the time I'd walked up that hill. As with having chronic fatigue syndrome, things like walking up hills seem to wear me out, I found. This is just a quick rough warm-up. I'm trying to get back into doing physical exercise. I haven't trained in such a long time because I've been really ill, not just with my chronic fatigue, but also with my sore throat, which is why I didn't talk when I filmed this. If you listen carefully, you can hear me coughing every so often. Also, you notice any jump cuts. That's because I'm cutting out me coughing. So it's been a long time since I've actually done a proper warm-up. To be honest, I think I missed a few things out, and I just did it quickly. The arms swing forwards and back there. It's amazing how many new people struggle with that one, having the left and right side of the bodies doing different things. It was quite a nice day when I did this. I was going to film this the day before. I'm glad I didn't, because it was really grey that day and the sun was actually out this day. You can hear the birds in the background. Unfortunately, someone's also doing some work and you hear that every so often. Spoiled it a bit. With this here, it's important to get the back straight and so the head doesn't hang forwards or back. Okay, here you see some dogs. One of them comes up to me, says hello. I used to be really self-conscious about doing this sort of thing outside and seeing people seeing me, but it doesn't really bother me now. The more you do it, the less self-conscious you get. I adjusted the camera a few times. I couldn't actually see the screen, although I had the screen pointing at me. I just couldn't see it. It was just silhouetted with the sun there. So this shikadachi could be a little bit lower, but I haven't actually done a shikadachi in months. So I'm actually surprised my legs were as strong and as flexible as they were. A bit of a jump cut there, I had a bit of a coughing fit there, and adjusted the camera again. I'm just guessing where the camera is, because I think I'm going into lower stances. I should make the camera lower, but as you can see, I've cut the top of my head off on that bit. You saw me losing my footing a bit there. I do that a little bit later on as well. It's because my shoes weren't as tight as they could be. I was thinking, one thing I've learned from this, good self-defense, make sure you have tight shoes that are well fitting, because a really important part of karate is being able to balance. And of course, if you've got bare foot on a nice flat dojo floor, it's easy to balance, but when you've got shoes which are sliding under your feet on an uneven surface, actually makes the balance go a bit. So first rule of self-defense there, good fitting shoes. Okay, I'm actually getting quite worn out at this point. I mean, I shouldn't be this tired, but obviously I shouldn't have chronic fatigue either. But I'm trying to build myself up slowly to get back into class, because if I go straight back into class, it's going to really kill me, which is why I'm going to start doing lots of exercises in my own time, get myself back into it slowly, and then hopefully I'll be back in the dojo soon. I've been trying to get some advice from some people who suffer with chronic fatigue and who also do karate or other martial arts, and I'm going to stick that on the screen now. I've taken some screenshots. I've taken out their names because it's a private group. Also, what you can now see is me doing some karate. I did this like literally 10 minutes ago. katas aren't brilliant, I'm afraid. It's been a very long time since I've done any of these katas, plus being on the stones isn't ideal. But anyway, so what you can see from most of these things are people saying either take it really easy, get back into it slowly. There's one person that says that they couldn't imagine themselves doing martial arts anymore. And I understand that because I haven't done martial arts in a very long time. I mean, I was having a whole series of karate videos. I was trying to make one every single week as I went through my grading, and then I was going to get my final brown belt grading, then I'd never have to grade again, and then it was just solid practice all the way up through the black belt ranks. But that isn't happening. I wrote to my sensei saying, look, this is how I am, and I want to come back, but I am struggling. And he wrote back saying maybe wait until I'm feeling better, maybe now isn't the best time. I kind of understand where he's coming from because he has seen me collapse in class several times. A few months ago someone was doing a brown belt grading and I joined in. I wasn't actually taking part for the grading, but I was just there for support, and I did collapse at the end of the class and they put me in the recovery position until I felt better, and he drove me home, and he's seen me collapse some various other times, so I can kind of see where he's coming from. If I thought I was okay to train and I was actually collapsing in class, and then I've written to him saying I am struggling but I want to come back, I can understand why he's saying maybe wait until I feel a bit better, but that isn't what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear come back, take it easy, do what you can, you know, even if you're only training for like 5-10 minutes a class or maybe half an hour a class or something. But I don't know, it's just a bit disheartening, which is why I've come down to the beach, because whenever I feel like crap I come to the beach and it just helps me unwind, it helps me think. So as I practice those katas, to be honest, that I've just shown you while you're looking at, I don't know, because I'm not doing the voiceover at the same time as viewing the katas. I imagine they'd still be on the screen, but they're not my best katas, and I to be honest, I was struggling to remember the sequence. I used to think that I would always remember the sequence to the katas. I thought, even if I get old and get dementia, I'm going to remember the sequence of the katas because they're so ingrained in me. There's no way I could forget them, and I was like struggling to remember the sequences. It's stupid. But I'm going to be practicing more at home. As I said before, I haven't given up, but this disease is horrible. It really is. To be honest, I'm amazed I managed to do as much karate and carry on as long as I did, because I was collapsing in class and it was taking me days to recover each time. And like if I went on Gashku, the last few Gashkus I've been on, I would pass out and miss like a day's training or an afternoon's training or something. And people just knew that that was what I had to go through. But to actually be told maybe it's not a good idea to train right now, I don't know. I have been offered a different dojo where they do some slower katas. Problem is it's quite late in the evening and I'm not really thinking about training too late. I mean, my current class at 7 o'clock is really too late for me. But we'll see. What I really need is something, because my day off from work is Mondays. I get every other weekend off and Mondays. So what I really need is a early afternoon Monday class, because that's when I have energy. I tend to have energy in the middle of the day, just after lunchtime maybe, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. That's usually when I have energy. If ever I have a day off, I don't tend to go out until 3 o'clock because that's when my energy levels pick up, is around 3. So yeah, that's what I need. I need a karate class on a Monday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If I can find that, then I might be good. or maybe something else in the middle of the day and change my day off. I don't know, I'm going to have a look around. Changing dojo is a very big deal to me. I've thought about this in the past, changing dojo, because I haven't been happy with certain things about my dojo for a while now. I've stayed out of loyalty, but I'm not going to get too much into it, but there have been some things that have bugged me, and I have looked around. So if I can find something in the middle of the day, then that would be good. But another problem is, though, my legs keep giving out. If I get tired, my legs will simply stop working. I cannot stand up. Sometimes it's just for a few seconds, sometimes it's for a few minutes. Then my legs do come back, but I know of 2 people who need wheelchairs for this disease. That's how bad they are. They can't go out without the wheelchair. I mean, they can walk around a bit, but then if they want to do anything long term, like going out or going anywhere, then they need wheelchairs. I'm not at that stage, but it is a bit worrying that when I get really tired, my legs just stop working, I just fall down. So that is another consideration. If I go back to karate, are my legs going to just give out on me again? Am I going to be collapsing everywhere? I don't know. This is really hard. I always swore that no matter how much the CFS or ME or whatever you want to call it got me down, I would never lose my karate, but I feel like I'm losing it.